All right, this is part two of my segmented Deathless run. This is going to go from ringing the second bell of awakening, which is Quelagg, up through getting the Lordvessel. So the exciting parts of this run out for are Quelagg, who I think is fought at like appropriate gear, probably most challenging boss in Dark Souls. I don't know. I guess Ornstein and Super-Smough. And then we're going to grab. You have to run through Sun's Fortress, which isn't particularly hard to not die in, isn't particularly hard to not get hit in, but there's just like a lot of places to make mistakes. Then we go through Honor Londo, and there's of course the Raptor sequence and the Balcony sequence, which are both pretty nasty. Here, of course, I forgot to send the elevator back up. I was going down here at the start of my route, so I always forget to do that. Doesn't matter, it's just a time loss. It's not doesn't risk the run or anything. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do a sort of developer intended route through Blighttown. I have learned, like I don't do the jump here either. I'm learning some like time saves and skips in here. I think when you're training hitless, you want to be able to do these segments quickly. Probably going to be doing them a lot. So I need to put in a bunch of time save here, probably just to be able to get appreciable number of runs through. For now, this is super reliable for Deathless. This section and the next section, this is through Lordvessel, and then there's sort of the first two lords, where I do Sif, Four Kings, and Seath. Nothing really that can kill you here. I expected this segment to be hard with Quelagg and Ornstein and Super-Smough. This weapon does ridiculous amounts of damage to Quelagg, and there's even, I don't use it in this run. You can even stagger Quelagg with it, which is like pretty hard to do with this Zweihander. And then it's ridiculously good in Ornstein and Super-Smough. I think something like 4 or 5 times in a row I just no-hit the encounter. The first time I went in with the halberd, I no-hit the encounter. I see why they put a crystal halberd in Honor Londo, but I'm not about to use that weapon because it's for cowards. So here we go, developer intended path. Around here I start getting nervous because I know there's toxic darts. I know there's little mosquito critters. So I put on some armor so I don't get staggered to death. Try and hit these little critters who I hate. They're way easier to hit with the halberd than any of the other weapons I've used. I had enough poison resist on that I don't get poisoned. There's the toxic dart. Very scary. Kill him. Get toxic. And I forgot I'm doing this now. Ernestus Flask. Ernestus Flask. I don't know. +3. So, I failed to kill this guy a bunch of times. Kills himself. Thank you. Heal up. Jump down. I have armor on, so these things don't kill me. Grab this, and then I bone out. Because it's nice having more stats when you're trying not to die. Forgot I did this here because I was used to doing it later. But then I realized, why would I not do this before quitting Quelagg, a boss I associate with being difficult, right? And in fact, you can do it as soon as you get armor with that strategy. Hitless, you don't need that, so you don't have to route that way at all. There are some benefits to using ranged weapons to killing the first toxic dart, because you get a guaranteed purple moss, which you can then use to cleanse the toxic, or the, not toxic, the poison. And if you cleanse the poison, you get the added benefit that you can exactly set up your red tearstone ring for Quelagg. And Quelagg is a lot easier with red tearstone ring, because you don't really want to get hit anyways. And with a +3, +4 halberd, which is probably where you're going in with on my route, you can do it with +0. My practice setup is +0, it doesn't matter at all. Quelagg dies very quickly, and you'll never guess what I forgot to do. So we get to sit here and wait for the elevator again. I really like this side of Blighttown better. I don't have particularly fond memories of Blighttown on my first playthrough. Like, I really liked the depths. I thought it was like rich and atmospheric. I think Gaping Dragon is like one of the coolest bosses. Hate Copra. I think Copra's super challenging for its place in the game. The fact that the entire reason I'm using Black Knight Halberd is I wanted to route around Copra initially. But the depths are great, and then the like sort of like verticality and the toxic darts on the other side of Blighttown are like really unappealing to me. I feel like this side has like the right amount of stuff. Just feels better. I don't know if that's necessarily a comment on the difficulty. Perhaps you could argue that I feel like I want Blighttown to be easier. That's reasonable. But Blighttown's certainly not harder than Undead Burg. Like, there's things above you throwing fire bombs that stagger and everything, right? The lighting is kind of wonky. Like, on this side, you get to look out much more. And I think when you look out over Blighttown, this sort of, like, waterworks and so on is, like, kind of oddly beautiful. So I really, really appreciate this side. Sort of like these expanse that have fewer enemies. And, you know, like, I really appreciate Ash Lake. It's just nice. So I was working in some more jumps here. Still not totally decided if you don't do sort of really fast Blighttown script. Skip what the best way through here is, but that worked well enough. I have a ton of health left. Nothing's really following me. I have the Rusted Iron Ring, which you don't need. I have a bunch of purple moss clumps, which you also don't need. As you see, as I was on that elevator, I hadn't decided how I wanted to jump down yet, so I just fell off of it. Didn't matter. Kill this guy, because he can hit you. I want to do that. This is perfect setup for Red Tearstone, right? Just do it this way. You just pop a clump when you're low. I don't do that. Instead, I use a clump to stay at high health, and then I use a Humanity, so I still have 10 S discharges to stay at full health. And I do that so I don't die to Quelagg. I've never fought Quelagg with armor on. I feel like mobility is so important in this fight. You're so early in the game. You're not that likely to wear anything. If you did wear anything, you'd want to wear gold hemmed black, which you don't get until after Quelagg. I guess maybe you can do like the dingy robe or something. If you kill your Firekeeper, which you shouldn't do. Makes routing impossible. I always run to this side. I don't know if anyone else does this. I really like putting the lava in that corner. And look how ridiculous this damage is. I was looking at, I think, like, my SL1 run and my, like, casual run, doing, like, 150 damage or something. This is 400. I wonder if she's classified as a demon or something. This seems like way too high damage. Yeah, in theory, you're supposed to dodge those. I'm not doing the thing where you run up and hit her body and stagger her. I haven't found that reliable. I see it recommended. You have to get on her side twice and fight. And if you screw up the stagger, you die instantly. I don't see the risk reward there. Maybe it's faster in speedruns. I'm not even convinced of that. I'm sure someone's timed it. Come through here. I was really excited when I found out that you could survive the fall down here. Running around this sucks. And then here comes one of my least favorite mechanics in Dark Souls. I wish that once you discovered this fire, you could Lordvessel to it. But you can't. You have to rest here. And if you rest here, you can't homeward bone back up through Blighttown. And I don't mind running up through Blighttown either. It just feels like it takes forever. You're waiting for an elevator, you're like avoiding mosquitoes. It's just like not a good time. So I look at that, I talk to Fair Lady. I wish that I could jump there, but yeah, this is my grieving process right here. Like, oh, maybe if I join the Covenant. I know this doesn't work, I'm just hopeful. No. Very sad. Very sad. And then, here's something that I don't see people do a lot. And I think it's good. I'm gonna go kill Ceaseless. Ceaseless is trivial if you do the strategy that everyone uses after their casual run, where you take 0 damage, and it doesn't matter what stat you have. Obviously, you kill Ceaseless now and get an influx of souls earlier on. You can also do Ceaseless Skip, but why would you do Ceaseless Skip? Because it's possible to die doing Ceaseless Skip, and it's not possible to die doing Ceaseless. And by die, I mean get hit or actually die, right? You're going for speed, you have to do Ceaseless Skip. Unless you're going for speed, seems like a great time to fight Ceaseless. I'm going to take 0 damage, I'm going to get a bunch of souls, and I get Homeward Bone back to the same place. If I had 0 flask charges, I could still do this with the same level of safety. I've first screwed up this strat once I learned it. I didn't do it on my SO1, for example, but I learned it for this run, and it's fantastic. If you want to fight Ceaseless conventionally, yeah, you come back when you do. But also, I'm never really going to do more damage than this at any point in the run. At some point, I'm going to have a +5 halberd, but that's it. I'm not going to like start putting points in strength. You could argue that's a routing error, and I should go up to 32 strength to parry Gwen. I haven't really decided what I think about that yet. On hitless, I'm going to parry Gwen. Because how else would you possibly do that fight? You just dodge everything. But here I didn't put a bunch of points in Vit and didn't have them for strength, so not really ever going to do more damage. I put on Short Sword here, so I get to have Grass Crest Shield and still fast roll and fast sprint and everything. Doesn't matter how much damage I do, so using the Short Sword is great. I run through here. I've seen everyone run through here. I never tested if you can run the other way, but also I think going through there is fun. If you're doing that strat, you have to wait for the arm to get torn off. Throw lava everywhere, and all you have to do is close the fog door. There's a bunch of guides, but if you're watching this to learn how to do it, this is my guide. You run to the middle of the fog door. Depending on how nervous you are, you can put on armor here. In case something hits you, I don't know what it would hit you. Let's not lose runs, okay. And then, presumably this is some part of Ceaseless. Hit it 5 times. Ceaseless perishes. Very sad. Any Homeward Bone? Why would you run for 10 minutes? And risk fall damage. Fall the thing most likely to kill you in this game. Your halberd back on. In hitless, at this point, you definitely go fight Sif. Because you want to get Sif out of the way, because Sif ends the run at high probability and nothing else does, maybe 4 King. Of course, you can then go fight 4 Kings right after that if you want to. In this run, I wanted Lordvessel, so I'm going to go straight for Lordvessel here. I still only have 1 even vaguely useful ring here. My Rusted Iron is still on. I think if you use another ring here, I could have grabbed Ornstein, which would probably be pretty good. Of course, you can grab Hovel. I originally had a Hovel routed in, and I was permadead. I took that out. Though Hovel's pretty easy to kill with this halberd, but Hovel's also out of the way with this halberd. You can get Darkwood Grain. If I come up here, kill Andre and get the crest, or if I didn't level Vit and I pay Andre and get the crest, then you can go grab Dark Wood Grain Ring. We're fighting either Sif or Ornstein and Super-Smough. I think that might be the way to go. Dark Wood Grain is very good in hitless. It's pretty good in deathless. So that would probably be a good way to go. I have no hit Sun's Fortress. It is not the hardest thing in the world. I don't believe I no hit it on this run. But you're speed running, of course, you 1-cycle this. I don't. I'm still learning. Come up here, you can run around this enemy. I'm not about to do that. I meant to do a running attack there. I accidentally did a jumping attack. Had a bit of a close call here. It's not that close. Pretty much fine. God, this was the run that this happened. Oh my gosh, what a mess. I did this run over 3 days, so I like had no memory by the time I did. Tech I used here, because I blocked, was super not allowed on hitless or damageless or anything like that. And it is so easy. You can definitely dodge there. Definitely run past this guy and kill him with traps. You can do all that stuff. I just put on heavy armor and a shield, and I just walked forward. And you will never die. I like to mistime that because every single time I forget about that trap. It's very nice of FromSoft to put this guy here so that I know I'm about to die. The halberd moveset there was very dangerous. It was drawing me forward. The timing was fine, but yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I should one cycle this. I think I make a routing error here. I think I should have gone and killed Sigmar for humanity. He's going to go hollow anyways, no matter what I do, I think. Just don't have to feel too bad about this one. I mentioned earlier I don't have any rings. Let's get steel protection. I use steel protection a couple points in this game. I don't know how much it actually helps. Like, kinda doesn't feel like it does anything, but it also feels like really bad to have on a ring. It definitely doesn't do anything. So I come through here and I grab steel protection. I'm assuming this never saves my life. We're going through the bot now, so we'll see. But I don't know. Steel protection, kind of cool. Sounds like it should do something. I'm so anxious about doing this part hitless. I hit the wall there to alert that enemy to my presence, because I think that guard was not paying attention. And then I do the classic thing I do where I hit a wall a bunch of times. Through here, learn how to dodge that on SL1. Oh, I have so much anxiety about this part. Steel protection, lead armor. I think I figured out if I have 21 vit, I don't die here. I think you can literally just run through this without getting hit, and then you can also do like the jump over to grab Lumbering Dragon Crest. Like, none of these are good solutions. A bunch of people like save and quit here. It only hit me once, which is super nice. And now I'm getting equipped again. Go find some snakes. They have some stuff I want. I'm like pretty sure when I paused there, I was opening the map, see where I was supposed to go. I know my way through sends like casually, and I know the SL1 route I do. But I definitely should have just done this to avoid getting a hit, and then I forgot. So I will need to review sends. I'm right over here to get the Slumbering Dragon Crest ring. I was surprised when I was reflecting on this route that I get Slumbering Dragon Crest ring here instead of in Lower Berg, but of course I don't get it in Lower Berg. There's no way I'm ever going through Lower Berg without getting hit by those dogs, right? So on hitless, you need to go that way. And I also like don't need Slumbering Dragon Crest for anything until here. I don't even know when it would be useful. Maybe be going through Undead Parish or something? I don't know. I just totally hard forgot the route here. I think I just jumped down, which is not what I'm supposed to do. I also almost died here, so panicked. Anyways, don't do this. Do the good route that everyone else does, which is you leap around and go up the other place that balls roll down. And all the way back around. And that the trap doesn't reset. I don't really totally know how this trap resets or doesn't reset. I think that like pressure plate does something, but it seems like if you don't hit the pressure plate, the same thing happens. So here I realize I made a big mistake. And we go again. I'll need to practice this a lot, but I have done this successfully twice. That time it did more damage to me. I don't know. I'm so scared of that. Now we're approaching the just run part of Sun's Fortress, where there's things that can, but not if you keep running. So if you run through here, those don't hit you. I was a coward. If you run through here, these don't hit you. Oh yeah, I use Slumbering Dragon Crest here. I don't think that matters at all. Maybe the snake to the right doesn't aggro. The snake is super whatever, running attack. Halberd is amazing. I think, and I don't know. Obviously you can one-cycle this, but it's like never gotten hit there. So I think I'm just gonna do that running strategy on hitless where I just don't think about it. I'm gonna try and do anything complicated. Come through here. Okay, here I make a routing mistake. I think one of these souls around here is like Soul of a Proud Knight or something, which is like the 8,000 soul one, or maybe 6,000 soul. That's definitely worth picking up. Just found that while I was like doing some routing the other day. So I should have been grabbing those, because like, why would you not? Very low opportunity cost. You know, having more souls later means whatever. Here, for example, I could have bought Green Blossoms, Stamina Regen, which I don't use. I don't have Power Within on this route, so I don't have any self-buff. And definitely times I feel like more Stamina Regen would have helped. I think if I just press A there, I get 8,000 souls, I jump across this gap, I get a bunch of Green Blossoms, and I just have an easier run. So that was a routing mistake, I think. You can also grab black fire bombs over there. You used all your fire bombs earlier. I don't see a reason to use fire bombs other than on the Crystal Lizard or Bed of Chaos, but you can use the card if you want to. I lost one run here ever. It was the first time I was here, I ran to fight Golem right here, and I didn't know this giant threw stuff at you. So I left this giant alive, died like instantly when it hit me, and I didn't know it was happening. I'd never seen it before. I didn't even know they were linked. I don't know, I guess I'd literally never done a playthrough, or I hadn't just happened to kill this giant. This is definitely not in on hitless. On hitless, you definitely just fight on the other side of the platform and don't get hit. Take up all my armor so I can actually dodge. Okay, so here's like another fun fact. Use a humanity there to save my Estus flasks in case I need them. I never learned Iron Golem stagger, so I just kill conventionally. I'll probably need to practice this fight. But also, like, not that hard to not get hit here. So it is a little bit slower. I mean, obviously I get hit because I'm terrible, but like, you, whoever's watching this, definitely won't get hit. I was sure I was dead here, and I wasn't. That was pretty cool. So yeah, anyways, learn to stagger this boss. You know, do what I did. It's really bad. What a great boss. He's such a fun boss. Straight out of Demon Souls. Of course, that's the best bosses. My like neurons in my brain are desperately firing and trying to figure out how to stagger this boss. Of course, I have no idea. And yeah, never figured it out. We are in on Orlando, which is like just gorgeous. I guess presumably this is remastered. I don't know. This is a great looking. Gonna come through here, grab a Twinkling Titanite, which is gonna put me at 3 of 4 Twinkling Titanites to upgrade my halberd to +5. And I'm going to save 10,000 souls, which is 8,000 to buy another Twinkling Titanite from the Giant Blacksmith, and 2,000 to the upgrade, and I'm going to put the rest of the souls into Vitality, so I don't get hit by a smoke, like lightning, AoE, slam, phase 2. which I think I get hit by. So I've seen a lot of strats to deal with this hitless, deathless, fast. Don't think I've seen someone else do this one where you just bait these over here and then you run a loop around them and then you just dodge. Usually I see people use archery here one way or another, either to grab the crystal halberd from the mimic, which avoids talisman it, or you can just kill it. And kill these enemies with arrows, I think, and like hit them in the head, kill them gradually over time. And if I'd just been spamming dodge through the whole time, I wouldn't have got hit by that without thinking about it. On this run, it didn't matter that I got hit there, but I think I probably don't go for that on hitless because I can spend 8,000 souls, which I will have, not think about this. So I'll do that. I have no idea when you kill that Firekeeper. I never found a good time to do it on hitless. It doesn't matter. You do it for humanity or something. So many ways to get humanity. Don't turn off a bonfire. So I think here you can skip Gargoyle, and I just didn't want to. I just kill Gargoyle. On hitless, you do like a bunch of things jumping around to get RTSR. I don't do any of that either. Just kill Gargoyle. I'm like pretty good at killing gargoyles at this point. So that was gratifying. I mostly did that because I wanted to. And you know, it's I don't know, it's fun to fight, defeat these enemies, especially the large flying one. Okay, here you put on armor, because probably everyone who does Deathless has lost a run once to getting staggered off the rafters here. That feels bad. So I put on as much poise as I can get. Obviously, it's possible that I have stone armor here, but Elite Knight is plenty. Put on a shield, which I can use to block. Blocking does count as hits for hitless runs, but not for damageless runs. I'm not really planning on doing damage ever. It's half the fun using Red Tear's Stone. Have my shield out, and the goal here is to not die. Not die. There is a fun strat where you can like fire an arrow somewhere, and it mind controls these like paint guardians into walking off. That's pretty cool. I don't know why I would loot that. Didn't. I was looting. I don't think I mind control any of them on this run. Yeah. That was a good dodge. Okay. Took 10 years. Next one. You can jump this from here. I was not about to try that jump on this run. I was aware of it. I'll learn it for hitless, probably. Because I did take a hit there. No reason to allow that to happen. And then I take the ladder here. I'm trying to conserve health and Estus here. Because I don't want to have to reset here. On most of my practice runs, I got pretty beat up through this section. Decided to reset to have more Estus. And initially I was thinking I wanted to have 10 Estus to fight. I mean, especially Ornstein in phase 1, right? And then I tried out the halberd and found I didn't particularly need it. So I have put in some kind of like safer strats here. There's like all kinds of good ways to fight this gargoyle. I can tell you what they all are. I'm pretty sure I just run up and get hit. But obviously, I can just like run away now. Here we go. Don't do this. That was bad. No reason to be there. It's like the worst gargoyle fighting, possibly of all time. And it's completely unnecessary to fight this gargoyle. The girl versus game hitless strat is you can kill this gargoyle with archery or raising the tower. It is amazing. toss arrows. Then you have to route in arrows. Okay, did this a few ways. On casual playthroughs, I do this in heavy armor. The theory being that I don't get knocked off the balcony. What I realized while doing Deathless is you get knocked off the balcony no matter what you're wearing. So I put this on so I could run faster. It's cool to not get hit there. I need to be able to do that reliably. I get hit there like 30% of the time now or something. You don't need to kill this one, but I do. I learned that from SL1. Right, that shouldn't have been a hit. I did that wrong, but you can also do a plunging or jumping attack. I don't actually know how it's coded over that. Guardrail there. Handrail, it's not a guardrail. Here again, there's two tools of thought. I have Slumbering Dragon Crest on, which is really nice here. I'm glad I decided to use it. So I just kill them before getting pelted by ranged. So this is, I only have heard one trick here. I'm guessing it's the same trick everyone heard. You run up here and you wait for the archer on the, like currently on my player left, like the one that's blocked from you. Wait till you hear an arrow on that side, which I heard there, and I run up. I dodge in this corner. Make a huge mistake. And then I just kill this guy. I think if you dodge back, the Silver Knight jumps off the wall, which is probably better, because then you don't get hit. Anyways, that's what I figured out for Deathless. I always forget those Silver Knights don't hit nearly as hard as the Black Knights. I'm always relieved when they hit me and don't, like, instantly win. I rest here for HP. You don't need to rest here, and Sling hit. Don't rest here, there's no Solaire. I didn't route 3 Solaire. It's Vitality. Need to save 10k, and I'm assuming I will make 1k. I decided to put points in Endurance instead of Vitality because I'm at the 30 vid soft cap. I don't know how to feel about doing this next skip. I feel like it doesn't feel like a real run. I'm having hovels here. But like you can skip this whole building. And to me, the way you skip it feels like a minor glitch or something, right? Like there should be a plane there and there's not because of like how the verticality of the level is implemented. I don't know. I think on Hitless I learned to do this whole building. It just feels wrong. But I've also like never seen anyone do the whole building. Obviously, probably like casuals and Let's Plays do it. Like, no one does this building. I think the Squillakilla, like, how to no-hit Dark Souls route, like, fights these mimics or something, maybe? So you can get Temple of Avarice. I don't know. Yeah, this feels bad to me. I go through and open the door. I was on autopilot here. There's no reason for me to open this door. I'm just so used to doing it. I did it. I guess I get my 1,000 souls. I don't know. I have no idea why I did this. So used to doing it. When I come up here, we're going to run around to Giant Blacksmith, get our +5, and we're going to fight Ornstein and Super-Smough. Is it Smough? It looks like it should be Smough to me. I used to always jump through that side. I realized there's nothing I need over there. So just run down here. Don't dodge there, that's inefficient. Okay, we buy 1 Twinkling Titanite. So we are holding 3. We get 4. 4 upgrades you from 4 to 5. Knight Halberd 5. I didn't even see how much damage increased. Oh, I go over and I open the gate here. I like extremely autopiloted back into my old level 1 routing here. Which is, I mean, that's probably good to not skip things. But yeah, right, like I'm doing this no death, so like, there's no reason I ever need to walk back through there. I did do a casual playthrough once where I got this far and then went back and killed Asylum Demon plus 15's by. Then I came back and killed. That was pretty dumb. We'll do that. Use the Crystal Halberd or something. So I don't really have any takes on this fight that haven't been said. Oh yeah, don't get hit here. I ran all the way around specifically so I didn't get hit. I'm scared of that Silver Knight. And I just got hit anyways. So yeah, Ornstein, you want the glitch charge into a punish, you get it a third of the time or something. Slow run is also fine, just not as good. Especially not good on speed runs because it's slow. So I realized here how hilariously overpowered the Halberd is, because there's no way it should be possible for me to go for any of these hits. I get hit here, I should have ended the run. But I don't know. This Halberds are completely trivialized this fight. I was actually really sad when I found this out, because I thought this was like an extremely cool fight with heavy weapons, where you like have no windows. And yeah, it's like you actually have to try to get hit with Halberd. I get hit here, this is why I love the hit. That was a one-shot on SL1, so I know how to avoid that. I was just greeting. I thought I'd get a stagger. Obviously I wasn't counting. I love the hitboxes on that attack. Like, I'm not a fan of all the hitboxes Dark Souls, like I think some people are. But the fact that you can stay close, be like, I don't know, a big strength-oriented character like that, and punish its reach is very, very... We're getting Lordvessel, and with it we will conclude this section of the run. I'm 90% sure I forget to place the Lordvessel and have to like route back and everything. But I was pretty pleased with this. This was my, I don't know, one of my happier balcony sequences, and I was happy enough the boss fight there, even though I got hit a few times. So I was pretty pleased with this section. Certainly wasn't the cleanest I've done. It was good enough, and I feel like I didn't do anything that I can't do hitless with practice, so I don't have to reroute any of this. See me thinking, I don't know. Do I do it? It's optimal. I don't know. I'll never know. I don't even know what the trade-offs are. I like this bonfire working. I miss.
Very well. But how?
Also, by the way, the armor set on that Firekeeper. I really wish wearing armor in this game was better. Like, all the armor followed. So this is like pretty interesting here. If you homeward bone, riding this Firekeeper takes you back to the fire. You notice I still didn't get the Firekeeper soul, and then now I'm thinking, is it like, I always forget this. Like, it's so annoying. Like, where's the nearest fire? And so my first thought here was, oh, I'll go to Seath. I realize I can't go to Seath because I haven't placed the Lordvessel yet. I go, back here. And here's where it's like kind of nice that I opened that gate. I can go back to the I don't know, the Solaire fire is what I always hear it called. This is pretty dumb. This is just time loss. None of this should be happening. I also could go down to the Darkmoon / Gwendolyn fire here. I don't think I do. I don't remember this at all. This was like the end of the night. It was like super tilted. Spending 5 minutes after getting the Lordvessel trying to run to a fire somewhere. But it'll be nice to have the Estus Flash Charges. I guess, spoiler alert. The thing that is now on my mind is humanity routing. So what I would like to do after this is I would like to do Bed of Chaos. I want to get Bed of Chaos done. I was really anxious about the Firebomb strat. I was like, I want to do Bed of Chaos next. And spoiler, I do not do Bed of Chaos next. I do Kings next. The reason I do Kings next is because Sif plus Kings plus Deathless, like that mountain of human just so happens to put me from what I'm at right now, which I think is 24, up to 30, and I need 30 human. So if I ever get back to Firelink Shrine, right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Sif, then Kings. While I'm doing Kings, I pick up the Cursebite Ring. I'm going to do Seath. Then after I do Seath, then I finally get to do Bed of Chaos. Have to do Bed of Chaos, in my opinion, before Nito, so you need Sunlight Maggot to walk Tomb of Giants. So we're now past the part of the run where it's a bunch of souls routing. Now we're doing human routing. So yeah, this was bad. The correct way to route this is to just not kill that Firekeeper because run. So I guess if you kill that Firekeeper, you get another 5 humanity. I definitely also like never even got close to dying doing this extremely dumb thing I did. But this just goes to show you anyone can do a Deathless run, because clearly you do not have to be good to do one. You know? Why didn't I put on armor if I was planning on getting hit? I don't know. My last segment of the night, I wanted to go to bed. Some bits. Think all that stuff should have been going into endurance probably. Go to Firelink. And now I'm sort of back on route after, you know, Fairkeeper. It's like I'd make notes for this route, but like my notes were wrong, right? So, pretty questionable. And that's that.